This is Chicago's very own WGN Evening News at 6.
As the school year gets underway, the hot button issue of banning or restricting some books will almost certainly be a focus at many districts across the state. While a new survey finds a majority of people are against the practice, that doesn't tell the whole story. Reporter Erica Meltzer from Chalkbeat joins us now to break it all down. Hi, Erica. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
So it looks like a majority of Americans are more worried about their kids losing access to some books than being exposed to potentially inappropriate material. Can you break that down for us?
Yeah, absolutely. People have sort of complex views on this. A large majority of Americans in this new survey from the Knight Foundation felt that they trusted their classroom teachers and librarians to make appropriate choices. And they felt that it was important for students to be exposed to a wide range of ideas, including ideas that their parents might disagree with. But a majority of respondents also felt that that age appropriateness was a valid reason to restrict access to books. And we saw a lot of divisions. Conservatives and white evangelical Protestants were much more supportive of book restrictions. Self-identified Democrats and progressives were much less restrictive. Also, among racial and ethnic groups, Black Americans were much less supportive of book restrictions. And of course, much of the material that's contested here might deal with race or gender or some of this contested territory in our country.
You had mentioned age-based restrictions. Is that like a rated R movie or a rated PG-13 movie? And some parents are supportive of that idea if they aren't supportive of an all-out ban of a certain book?
I think you could think of it that way, but it's also important to keep in mind that we don't actually have ratings on books. And so someone has to make that judgment call of what's appropriate. And the survey kind of dug into, well, what type of material would you not want do you not think that a elementary age child should be exposed to? And not surprisingly, lots of people thought that very sexually explicit material would be inappropriate for an elementary student. But what about a book that just refers to the existence of gay people? What about a book like Tango Makes Three, which is based on a real story about two male penguins at the zoo that formed a relationship? Then you start to see more divisions. And there are actually a lot of people that are uncomfortable even with that for elementary age children. But then when they ask LGBTQ adults who might remember what it was like to be a child who felt isolated or unsafe at school, they think no children should have access to that material. That's not inappropriate. And so it's not like the movie system where we sort of have a commission that makes these calls for us. It's each community is making that call.
Someone has to make the judgment call. And you said that some parents, a lot of parents, are supportive of their own local librarians, their own local schools making the call. They trust those institutions.
Yeah, I think this is like both see surveys that people don't like Congress, but they like their congressman. And I think what we saw in this survey and what we see in a lot of surveys is that people generally have good experiences with their local schools and trust their child's teacher and trust the librarian at their child's school.
All right, Erica Meltzer with Chalkbeat. Thanks so much for breaking this down. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.